Ooh. Hi everyone. Hello. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Oh crap. I gotta turn on my stream for Twitch. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Okay, there I am. I'm here a little bit early, a couple hours early, because I have some plans later on today. Like I've said before, next week I'm not gonna be here, so I just have to get my ducks in a row so that everybody knows I'm not gonna be here, but maybe I'll have an episode on my other channel of me yapping for you guys. Not sure, but whoever is here early on a Tuesday afternoon Eastern Standard Time, it's 2:42 p.m. and it's just me for now. But welcome to my stream. We're doing early stream today, like I said, because I got somewhere to be. And I want to create space for where I gotta be later on tonight. Um, but outside of that, I plan on maybe streaming for about like 3-ish hours or so, not too long. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on with me. I hope you guys are doing well today. We are going to be playing the third episode of The Wolf Among Us. I think it's the third episode, though I'm not. I don't really remember. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like honest about The Wolf Among Us, but I don't know. It's a different tone than The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead had so many high stakes. Like it was a big deal, you know. The way these civilizations worked amongst the zombie apocalypse, and you'd get attached to certain characters, and then they pass away. It was a little bit more exciting than The Wolf Among Us. Like I don't think that The Wolf Among Us is boring. I just don't know if I really gel with the vibe. I like the concept of the what is it? The fairy tale characters and like this crime noir type format. That's pretty cool, but in all honesty, I think so far I like The Walking Dead a little bit more. Um, or maybe horror Telltale games are a little bit more fun than crime based or adventure based Telltale games. We'll have to see. But so far, I'm not like the biggest fan of The Wolf Among Us, but it's still entertaining. It's just like a different vibe than what I'm used to. Like I said, I still wish Snow White would have passed away in like episode one, though it would have been a predictable formula for Telltale games because that's usually how The Walking Dead would work. They'd introduce a character, and then within the first like a couple episodes or so, they pass away. Um, I thought it would be interesting, but we still have Snow White with us. So I'm looking forward to see how I guess this chapter ends. Um, yeah, yeah. So in everyday news, if I have some fleeting topics to discuss, I think the government has reached a compromise. And when I say compromise, you know, Democrats voted with the Republicans to end the government shutdown, and I believe they voted to raise up healthcare premiums for everyday American citizens. So that sucks. I remember Trump was saying something along the lines of he wanted to like he something about like gender, and he didn't think that Americans should be paying for transgender care, and that's so freaking stupid. I'm so sorry. So, so sorry. Trans folks are not a problem. Like, it just baffles me because they're less than 5% of the American population, and they're immediately the butt of like all of this gender conversation that we're trying to force on people, especially LGBTQ people as well. It's just unfortunate, but all that aside, I guess the government is going to end its shutdown. Apparently, it's been the longest shutdown to date, and that's very scary. But I guess people will get their SNAP benefits, but at what cost? I've heard a lot of commentators say that this is a lot like it's no more a red versus blue type of situation that America has been trying to make it for years, like Republicans versus Democrats. Like, it's not even that, or conservatives versus leftists. I think it's a little bit more serious than that. I've always said this. I said this in like 2019 when everything panned out with George Floyd and BLM and how people were rallying behind that. I still believe that BLM matters as a movement, but as a campaign, there were some, you know, grimy things happening behind the scenes, and I'll believe that 100%. The founder of BLM asked for a bunch of money after George Floyd passed away through their campaign. And then I don't think, personally, I don't think if they did do anything, I don't think they did enough to donate to the reformation of the police, the criminal justice system as a whole in America. I don't think they did that, but then they had all this money to buy mansions and homes and get book deals, and it's a little shady in my opinion. But I say all of that to say, during 2019, where stakes were really high, where people saw the life of George Floyd be lost before their very eyes, right? I still vouch for this, but to this day, I haven't seen the entire video, and I will choose not to see the entire video because it's just uncomfortable for me to see. I don't want to see a black man lose his life. But we started having, like, there was just like a lot of chaos. There was a lot of chaos, and then when that was all done, it didn't really feel like things were resolved. It felt like we were just moving in the opposite direction. Democrats were in office, people were getting laid off by the numbers, and then we just moved in the complete opposite direction. Then there was like a push for like a lot of conservative content, a push for like hyper specific gender role content. There was a lot of like, I want to say, dismantling of communities. One in particular, the Black community. They started to have a lot of gender, or we started to, excuse me, we started to have a lot of like gender argument, conversations, accountability. Like, it just seemed like a bunch of chaos, like a bunch of distraction and chaos from what was really going on. And around this time, I started to think, with all this chaos going on, and then just with how some of the people I was around were quick to jump to conclusions without seeing like shades of gray, like either seeing things as black and white before you see them as shades of gray, something that I will say leftists tend to do a lot, right? If I can be critical of leftists and liberals, is that they like to see things in black and white and virtue signal. They don't like to like come in the middle with some things or see people where they're at. Hi Heaven, I am very early. Yeah, I got plans today. So I'm coming on early for a couple of hours and then I'm probably gonna head out. But this week is gonna be a little crazy because I have other plans. But right now I'm talking about Well, I'll just get to it. I think that America has a class problem, and I've said this since 2019, when we were going through all the George Floyd and BLM stuff, and people were protesting and everything. And I used to like low key get ridiculed for saying that because some of my friends at the time would be like, "Well, no, America doesn't have a class problem; they have a race problem." And I'm like, "Well, hear me out. The symptom of classism is racism, okay? But the disease is classism. Because when you take away racism, you'll start to realize that black capitalism exists. um, that, like, I hate to say it, she's my girl, but that's why Beyonce's able to be so successful. I love Cowboy Carter Down, but that was low key propaganda. Like, you know, same with Rihanna. Like, and they're both black women. Rihanna and Beyonce are both black women, but they're, you know, very, very wealthy. Rihanna's like a billionaire. And you don't get to be a billionaire ethically. You just don't. You don't. And like, no tea, no shade. I love Rihanna down, but personally, some of the makeup products I've used from her. Have a nice evening. I can't stay sadly. Okay, that's fine. Take care. Bye. Um, but yeah, like there are people of color who are super super successful who are able to only obtain that success from exploiting the black community. And so while they sell us their cheap products, or like even Tyler Perry for an example, he sells us god awful movies, and his demographic is like 40-year old and up, hyper religious black women, right? And he keeps exploiting those type of women to feed them, spoon feed them trash, right? But he still gets to be a billionaire off the backs of these women. Buy up a bunch of property in Atlanta and in just Georgia in general. And he gets to be a billionaire. He gets to sit comfortably, nice and comfortable, as a billionaire. And so while he's selling you D-list level movies, like low tier, god awful movies, to be movies with a budget, you're over here like, oh, but he's a black man doing his thing and he's successful. And sure, that's great. We can say that, but he's exploiting y'all. He is. Even if he pays his workers like a decent amount, which is one thing I will give him. He pays black actors their worth, but he's definitely going to have them go through some type of humiliation ritual. Oh my god, I sound unemployed AF, humiliation ritual. But like I said, classism is the root of everything. Classism is going to be the symptom, is the disease. Racism, homophobia, transphobia, fat phobia, all your obias and ism, sexism is going to come from classism. It is. And so while you're over here, especially like in the late 2010s, while you're over here going back and forth as to whether or not you should be using a specific makeup brand because they don't have all-inclusive foundation shades, and go support Rihanna because she has 40 inclusive foundation shades, those makeup shades probably were made in a sweatshop out in China somewhere. Oh my god, Fenty Beauty or Fenty Savage X Fenty is so inclusive. And sure, I agree, but like the whole business practice of Savage X Fenty was pretty shady. There would be influencers who would advertise and say, I'm an ambassador of Savage X Fenty. That's cool. Okay. But then regular people like you and I, right, would go on the website, and we would join their subscription program, similar to what Shoe Dazzle used to do in like the early 2010s. And we would pay what, $49 a month for what exactly? I guess a couple of panties and bras. And then when we want to end the subscription service, they give us the runaround on ending the box subscription service. So they keep collecting our money, and it would be hard for us to end the $49.99 a month deal of getting like flimsily put together panties and underwear that were probably made again out in a sweatshop out in Thailand. But hey, Rihanna's all inclusive. Rihanna has all these 40 foundation shades. She's representing all skin types, and that's great. Rihanna's representing all body types. I love that for her. But like Rihanna's made money off of exploiting y'all's or supporting y'all's insecurities actually. Her capitalist billionaire queen. I love Khadijah Maboy. Yeah. Um. Yes. Beyonce is Khadijah Maboy's capitalist billionaire queen. She's also my capitalist billionaire queen too. I love Beyonce down. Like for me, like with Beyonce, it's like well, damn it, at least she's talented. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if someone's got to be a billionaire, I'd rather it be Beyonce, right? Um, if you're like not talented, then I want to be like, girl, what are you doing here? Are you paying for the hype? But still, wrong is wrong. Cowboy Carter was definitely propaganda. I absolutely went to the tour twice and I enjoyed myself, but it's propaganda. And it's even like that type of discourse where that biracial girl got up on TikTok and said that Cowboy Carter was in fact propaganda. Um, and she's still gonna go to the tour, but like it just is what it is. Like it's propaganda, And she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong. All of this like blatant like American based symbolism, American flag, Cadillacs, old Americana. It's just now, you put a little bit more seasoning on it. Instead of the salt, you're putting in Lowry's. But it's the same thing that like the country white folks do. And they're just as bigoted and just as problematic. And what that creator on TikTok was saying is that, and hinting at, is that like we should not be celebrating some of the shit that America has done. Like we should not be like over here like I'm a proud American. Like we've kind of done some problematic things. It's nice to well I don't know how long it's going to be nice to live here. I'd say if anything, we still can say whatever the hell we want. And that's great. Like I can sit up here and be critical of America and I won't get arrested or murdered, but um Cowboy Carter is still propaganda. It's nice. It's a beautiful dissertation about the origin of country music, but it's also propaganda. And every single black person came for that biracial girl. I remember one creator. I follow her. I love her down. I love all her takes down. But she said, if you suckle on the tit of a of your oppressor, then you do not get to say that Beyonce is propaganda. And it just started this whole debate. And it's like, y'all are really over here debating over the ethics of like a half a billionaire, over the ethics of a celebrity who lives a completely different life than you, who is pushing $1,000, $500 nosebleed costing tickets down your throat. Y'all are going back and forth, especially those of you who are defending this woman. Y'all are over here defending a woman who is exploiting you to see a really good show. The Cowboy Carter was a great show, but it's just like, girl, like you're defending this billionaire that wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. I love Beyonce down, but I'm keeping it real. I love Beyonce down. I think Rihanna is one of the last great pop stars that we've had. I've said what I've said. She's one of the last great pop stars that we've had. But both of those women, hey, black capitalism at its prime. Has Tyler Perry contributed a ton to you know black media and entertainment? Yes. Has he put on a lot of people? Of course. And has he paid black talent their worth? Yes, but he's still exploiting the same black talent. Like Taraji P. Henson might get a fat juicy check from starring in Acrimony, but like borderline embarrassing herself too. Or Tyler Perry is over here and having her embarrass herself on movies like that too. And then there was another movie that she was in. It was called Stray or something with God, I keep forgetting her name. Tiana Taylor. Taraji P. Henson movies. Straw. It was Straw. Sorry, let me in-game screen. Straw. She was in the Straw movie. Okay, that's Facebook. I don't go on Facebook. Do y'all go on Facebook? I was nosing on Facebook I think yesterday, but then I got off of it because I was so annoyed. Facebook is so outdated to me. But yeah, she was in Straw. And she's a great actress. She got an Oscar or some sort of award for Numbers, but they didn't pay her worth, you know? But then you have Tyler Perry who's paying your worth, but then also having you do a bunch of like crazy shit. And you know, something I will say about billionaires is that the ego gets conflated because the way he's able to make and keep all the money that he has is that he doesn't have a writer's room. That's why all his movies are trash. He doesn't have a writer's room. He doesn't have someone in there to be like, okay, but what if we did it this way? Whereas like someone like a Jordan Peele or even like a Donald Glover, at the very least they have a writer's room. At the very least. It's not just them going off of vibes and inspiration. As a matter of fact, Donald Glover even made an Atlanta episode based off of that, you know? But yeah, like he's a great, talented black man. Oh, and then also that shit that came out with him and one of his actors. Yeah, billionaires are awful, bro. They're not good people. They're not good people. You don't get to be a good person by being a billionaire. But like all that shit that came out with him and that one actor about how that actor, felt violated and was getting taken to private islands and Tyler Perry's flirting with him and Tyler's core demographic of people is like 40-year-old, not 40-year-old, like older aged God-fearing black women, right? So like my grandmother, my aunts, my mom, like that's his target demographic. Okay, so they're gonna eat up whatever. Like he can shit in a movie, take a literal shit in the movie, and they're gonna eat it up because it's just like, oh, there's no wrong that man can do. Okay, it basically came out that this man is gay, and I didn't know. Okay, my gaydar wasn't going hard enough for Tyler Perry. I thought he was just like in a dress and like that's just what he wanted to do as Madea. I thought, like I know some people who like to cross dress. That's fine, right? But I never considered him gay until that shit came out. So I was like, holy shit, my man's is gay. Like, for real, he's gay. And it's unfortunate because he can't live in his truth. Get him a nice, cute little twink, right? And just live in his truth without losing the fan base of, like, these God-fearing religious black women. Why? Because they are probably very homophobic. But, like, you can tell... So something I've noticed about DL men, and okay, all right. So let me step back a little bit because I know the conversations around like men that are DL can get very homophobic very quickly, and a lot of women, especially straight women, like to weaponize the idea of a man being DL as like in a way where it can get very homophobic very quickly, and I'm not trying to do that. But I will say that something I do notice about men who are down low and men who can't just come to terms with, even though it can be very difficult depending on your circumstances, that you are a queer man, right? And you're trying to hide it. Something I do notice is that a lot of those men, they put women through the ringer. They do not like women. They will go back and forth with women. They will, like, embarrass them in little subtle ways. And, I mean... Every single movie that Tyler Perry has done about a black woman has overall been caricatures meant to dehumanize the Black woman experience, you know. But again, he can't come out and live in his truth as being like an openly gay man, because a lot of those women that support him will no longer do so. And you know, he's able to make a bunch of money. He owns like half of BET based off of that fan base. It's unfortunate, but it's true. But again, classism at its finest. Classism at its finest. America has a classist problem, and I say all that to say that we're getting to a point where we are realizing that America has a classist problem, and that it's no longer a right versus left thing. If you're racist in 2025, you look like an idiot. If you are letting your religious practice hinder things that are outright wrong that you're supporting, all right, I'll let you put two and two together, but basically, like, what's going on in the Middle East, okay, you're an idiot. Like, this is really like a class situation, like a class problem. That's why, God, I want to make sure I pronounce his name correctly. Mamdani? Do you know how many billionaires were going above and beyond to make sure that Mamdani didn't win? Both on the right and the left. Because there's a lot of money to be made in New York. That's why 50 Cent was putting, you know, the RIP New York, Mamdani is, you know, running, and Whoopi Goldberg, her out of touch ass is over here like, oh, well, you know, I just hope we hold him accountable too. Like, classism. We have a classism problem. Okay? That's the root of all evil right now. It's classism. And we're going to realize that real quick. And like I said, if you're trying to be racist, if you're trying to be sexist, if you're trying to do all the isms and the obias, it's not going to work out well for you. And you're even seeing it with a lot of like these MAGA people, because of the people who did vote MAGA or were conservative or libertarian, because they're realizing real quick, oh shit, I voted for this man and I can't pay for my insulin. Oh shit, I voted for this man and I'm actually on food stamps myself. Oh shit, I voted for this man and my healthcare is going to be compromised. I don't even know if I'm going to live next year. I don't even know if my loved ones are going to live next year because my healthcare has been compromised. You're going to learn that real quick. Yeah, all the isms are symptoms of the bigger issue. So let's read what Heaven said. She might be a billionaire. It might be propaganda, but damn, that woman works hard and it's talented. Yeah, that's how I feel about Beyonce. It's definitely propaganda. But, like, listen. She's very talented. She's a great singer. That is a one-time-in-a-generation talent. And that's why I think it's very disrespectful for people with money to just buy their way into being compared to someone who works as hard as that woman does. People who can use payola and sympathy and a good marketing team to have them sit nice and comfortable on the Billboard Top 100, even though their music is ass. Okay, I'll let you put two and two together to see who I'm talking about. Who can just use marketing and ad space to get people to watch their whack-ass tour. That isn't that good, mind you. Who gets to be labeled as, like, the most prolific songwriter of our generation. Girl, no. Tell me why Kendrick Lamar isn't considered one of the most prolific songwriters, but someone who rhymes man with man in one of their songs gets to. Someone with the same damn formula of how they met a dude they like and try to get their parents to like them for like years and years on end and keeps talking about high school like they aren't damn near middle-aged. Close to it, pushing it. Yeah. No, Beyonce's very talented. That's a slap in the face. That's a slap in the face. And those billionaires lost. Yes, the billionaires did lose the vote in New York, and they were trying really hard. But I don't know. It concerns me. People with money, like a lot of money, I've always said this, but even when folks were like, you know, if you want to Okay, hold on one second, guys. I gotta pull up Wolf Among Us. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, good. People like early in the early 2020s, people were like, "Here's how you can get a rich man. You want a rich man to take care of you, right?" I was always apprehensive about like a rich man taking care of me because I don't trust men with a lot of money. They do some fucked up shit with a lot of money. That's why all of them are in Dubai using human women as toilets. And I'm not trying to. Oh, I'm on episode 2. Oops. Okay, so guys, I'm on episode 2. I'm not on episode 3. But I'm not trying to kink shame anybody, but I don't want to be used as a human toilet to flex this, like, divine feminine lifestyle or whatever. Black girl luxury lifestyle. Alright, let's play.
You shit to the door. You can't just act like this whenever
Stay back. You don't want to see this.
Let me know if you guys can hear. Stay outside.
Stay in the hall.
Why? What's going on? Oh my god.
Don't touch anything.
You don't touch anything, beauty.
Who's this?
Lily met her client here. Mr. Smith, whoever he is.
And then
Must have happened.
Oh, maybe I should give an update. Okay, what's happening? So at the end of episode 1, we realized that Snow White's severed head was sitting at the front of the luxury apartment that I guess all the fairy tale characters stay at. That actually wasn't Snow White. That was one of the troll sisters in episode 1 that we first met. That kind of looks like a gilf. So the troll sister's gilf. The gilf troll's sister. That was her. She used glamour magic in order to hide her appearance, and she was working at a strip club for fantasy characters, and we met Ariel in real time, but she calls herself the Little Mermaid. She's Ariel Michelle anyway, but we met her, and then we met Georgie Porgy, which I realized is based off of like a kid's nursery rhyme. But we trashed a strip club. We figured out through Ariel where the Gilf troll's sister last was. Lily, that's her name. And now we're at like this brothel place, red district place, I guess, that Beauty works at, that Beast isn't okay with. Beast is all stressed out because like, why is my boo thing working front desk at a brothel? And I'm over here asking, okay, Beast, well, why aren't you supporting her enough so she doesn't feel like she has to work the front desk at a brothel? Like, come on! Instead of crashing out of Bigsby. And so now we're in the room where Lily last was. So let's continue the game.
I was on shift last night.
On shift? Beauty, what?
I'm not a prostitute, you idiot. I work the front desk.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? There might have been some loud noises.
I don't know. I mean, loud noises are out of the ordinary. I didn't hear anyone screaming or anything like that, but shouldn't I have? It just seemed like a totally normal night. How is that even possible? There's so much blood.
Go lock the front door. Keep people out of the hallway. I need you to be sure no one comes in here. This is a crime scene, okay?
What?
Just do what he says. I'll explain later, okay?
Beast is so insecure. I really don't like this. Like, and Beast is insecure about the wrong things. Like, you need to be insecure about not having a job to provide for Beauty, okay? You don't need to be insecure about whether or not she's gonna leave you.
That's exactly what I'm about to try to find out.
I can't believe this.
Do all the rooms have these same clocks with the built-in cassette player?
I think so. Yes.
It's like she was lying down. She was already here.
How do you know that?
Blood pattern. So I'd say the body was dragged off the foot of the bed. There.
The body. Jesus. You could say she. Girl, I just can't even imagine.
Alright, so we're looking around.
We shouldn't even be in here.
Okay, I know. I know, Beauty, but we're here. We're here now.
What is that?
It's a book about Snow White. About the Mundy version of her story, anyway.
The Mundy version.
The whole book is about her?
Yeah.
Was she
Why is
breathing?
in a glass coffin?
Beauty, you should know why.
Deep sleep.
Yeah.
I think she's dead.
What's it mean? Why mark the page where she's sleeping?
I think he made up the bed to match the coffin in the picture. Flowers, too. He'd have had Lily lie down just like this.
You mean just before?
In the story, that's when someone comes to kiss her. It's Mr. Smith.
This is creepy. A coffin and a weird fixation on snow. What the hell is wrong with this guy?
I can't read any of this. Beautiful, Fuji, red, delicious, empire. Okay, that they're talking about the apple. And then was she breathing? All right, let's back out.
He brought wine.
Classy. Poor girl.
It's torn.
Oh no, she must have been wearing it. He killed her and then he took it back off.
There's no blood on it. Must have been torn some other time.
Maybe he's in a
What are you
role play.
thinking?
Looks like Snow White's
This
costume.
dress is the one in the book about snow. I think Smith was dressing Lily up in it.
Ugh, kinky.
You're right. It's the same dress. It fits. He's acting out scenes from the book. She couldn't have known. She probably just needed the money. She could have been anywhere.
Well, not true, Beauty.
She went.
She'd have to look like Snow White.
Not exactly here, but just out as a person.
Georgie took advantage of her when she was in trouble. He's a real prat.
Yeah, it's Georgie's
Yeah.
fault. I never really liked Georgie.
She must have been so scared.
Also, what type of name is Georgie? You could just say George.
It's a huff and puff.
I thought you were the only one who smoked that crap brand.
Apparently not.
A Huff and
Maybe
Puff?
She didn't see it coming.
Is that their version of the marijuana in this universe? Marijuana. Alright, let's look at this again. Oh, what's this down? Okay. Let's look at this down here.
Do you smell something?
No. Just apple.
Oh no, there's more. What? What now?
Murder makes him hungry.
There's only one bite taken out of the apple. Was eating it, didn't get to finish. I think that might have been Lily. Mr. Smith attacked her while she was eating.
It's all so senseless. He's fixated on snow. He attacks without warning.
Good night.
Just having trouble processing all of this. This guy has some kind of weird snow obsession, but then there's this other stuff too. Killing her while she's eating? What? I guess she must have been doing it wrong or something. I hope you're just about through. I don't really want to stay in here any longer. You know.
I'm in this one. It
Uh-oh.
was taken last winter.
Maybe. This kind of stalking, it doesn't just stop by itself. Trust me, I know about this firsthand. We'll keep trying to get closer and closer.
His stand-in for Snow is gone now, so
The next step closer.
Is it you, Beauty? Are you the next step closer?
Crane.
I knew it. You know how Crane was so like, we don't need to worry about this, dog. You must have done something. You did something. See, he even knows. No, why did you break the magic mirror? So we don't got a magic mirror anymore. That sucks. That's whack.
Could be after you now.
Good. I am dying to get my hands on that disgusting weasel.
Or what if it's somebody else who used glamour magic? Yeah, I don't think that's the real Ichabod Crane. Also, what type of name is Ichabod? Georgie and Ichabod are whack ass names.
Not afraid to be a complete bastard.
Obviously, there will have to be some changes.
Hello, Bigby.
Are we gonna
Take
see
care
new
of it.
characters?
Or I'll take care of it for you.
Jesus Christ, Bigby. Is that you?
Okay. Player choices. How did you respond to Crane about Snow's death? You and 60.9% of the players sympathized with him. Okay. How did you treat the murder suspect? You and 37.6% of the players forced him to talk. Yeah. Did you let Snow come with you to the trip trap? You and 91.9% of the players let her make her own decision. She should have came, though. She's not safe. How did you handle Georgie Porgy? You and 30.1% of the players hit Georgie. Good. I don't like Georgie. Georgie's a trafficker. I don't like him. Did you keep punching Beast when he was down? You and 13.2% of players hit Beast the second time. Beast is insecure about the wrong things. Beast is over here worrying about his girl cheating on him when he needs to worry about how he can get a job so his girl doesn't have to work at a brothel super late at night. That's what he needs to worry about. He's worried about the wrong things and starting fights with the wrong people. Okay? Beast's got to look from within. That's the problem. Okay. And what's sad is that, like, Beauty looks like a ride or die, right? Beauty's a ride or die. Beauty's a ride or die, so she's gonna thug it out with him, right? But he doesn't see it. Maybe Beast is the one stepping out on Beauty. You think?
But ever since we moved to this awful city, everything's gotten so confused.
Look, I didn't kill anyone. I'm supposed to just believe you. Snow. I just want you to be careful. I almost lost you once.
I'm not yours to lose. I'm not going to be an errand girl for Crane anymore. It's not Holly, it's her sister Lily.
She was looking to pay down debt. Eventually, the only people she owed were at her work. You know, that shithole club, the Puddin' and Pie. My
Oh
name is
yeah,
Lily.
they show titties.
Well,
I hope they
where's
don't. I hope
your-
this doesn't affect me playing the game.
Open arms.
I might have to put a mature tag on this.
What is it?
It's Crane.
Crane has some explaining to do. Fucking creep.
Fucking creep. Spikes. Fucking rat.
But I don't think it's Crane. I think it's somebody
God,
else.
I think you know a person. Bigby, you have to tell her.
I know.
What's going on? What did you find up there? You know, other than the...
Crane's the killer.
What? Ichabod Crane? How do you know?
Shit!
Trains, Ben. Bigby, calm down. Everything's going to be fine, okay? It's going to be fine.
Her little fucker might be after Snow. I need to find her right now.
Okay, it's going to be okay. Where did you see her last? Did she say where she was going?
She took Holly to the business office to prepare for the funeral.
Lily's funeral?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I was just at the Trip Trap, and I heard Gren telling some folks about a funeral at the Buckingham Bridge.
Trap? Are you drinking?
Right now.
Oh, wait a minute. So Beast is drinking. So Beast allowed to wreak havoc at those at the bartenders at the Trip Trap bar, but Beauty's not allowed to work a couple extra hours. Come on, Beast. Get it together, man. This is not model behavior. This isn't the Beast I know. But oh, you know what? It actually makes sense for his character because okay, so I know it's not the Brothers Grimm story, but in Beauty and the Beast, the Disney movie, he did keep Beauty like cooped up in that castle with all them talking plates and dishes and candles. So, and then she learned to love him. So toxic.
Snow's been through a lot. There are things she doesn't talk about. Just please be careful.
What are you trying to say?
You know how you felt when you saw that picture? Well, it's going to be much worse for her. Just remember that.
What happened to Snow White? What trauma did she deal with? Where are the 7 dwarfs? Where are they? They should be protecting her. Okay, so Heaven asked if I am wearing a new wig or if it's natural. This is actually my hair. This is me. This is all me. I've been growing it. So hopefully it looks good. But oh my god, like in my break, I'll give you guys like some advice I've been applying to my natural hair care routine because I have so many things to say about like retaining length, growing hair, like theories I have. And this was coming from somebody like 2 years ago. Yeah, in 2023, one of the videos that went viral on this channel was me talking about how I hated the natural hair community and I couldn't stand natural hair and how it was really annoying, right? So I think in the 2-hour mark, because we're 48 minutes in, I'll give some advice. Oh, thanks, Heaven. I appreciate it. I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud that I've been really consistent. But yeah, it really just takes the like routine. But I'll get into details in like an hour or so. I wrote it down on a sticky note so I remember. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I also know that the memory of the world will sustain its law, and it will, in time, equal in strength to our mourning her loss.
Did they do the funeral correctly?
And it is in that spirit that I'd like to talk about.
Sorry, this is important.
What you've all been so grateful to share with me.
I'm sorry, Snow, but this is important. I have something to tell you.
Really, Bigby? It's so important it can't wait 15 minutes until it's maybe not at the worst possible time?
I'm sorry, everyone. I don't get the
Gil.
whole idea.
Gil.
Wait.
He has no right to be here. Not after what he did.
Holly, I'm sorry. I had to come.
You throw my sister down the witching well, and you have the nerve to show your face here after you lie and you say you need her for evidence.
Holly, wait, that was Crane. Just Crane. He'd
disposed of Lily's body before Big B could do anything about it. I'm telling you the truth.
Don't cover for him.
But this genuinely wasn't his fault.
You can't tell me Big B gives a shit about this.
Holly, this just isn't important right now. I need to talk to Snow.
You are unfucking believable.
Big B cares, Holly. He's trying to help. And I'm sure he has a very good reason for being here. This one isn't on him.
Why are you here anyway? And don't say it's because you care about this.
Everything okay?
I think I know who murdered your sister.
Who?
Maybe we should talk about this somewhere else.
What? No, I deserve to know.
Yeah,
No.
Holly does deserve to
No,
know.
This isn't.
Tell
the
him,
way
Big
to
B.
go about
Tell
this.
him all.
I don't give a fuck about the way.
I think it was Ichabod Crane.
Everybody needs to know.
Great.
Rain.
Okay, everyone, just stop. Big B and I are going to have a little chat while everyone else gets back to the funeral.
He says that fucking Crane murdered Lily and you expect me?
Please, I promise I will tell you what the hell is going on just as soon as
I don't know if it was a good idea to tell everyone, though.
Just let us do our jobs first. Look, Holly, I know how this was.
No, you don't know how this must feel. You have no idea. Don't fuck anything up. Don't bother anybody. And when the first sign of trouble comes, and it will come because you're a goddamn walking trap for it, I want you the fuck out of here.
Holly, I didn't even want to crash. Okay? I had to, because of Snow. Out of here soon.
See that you are. Let's just continue, okay? This is such total fucking bullshit.
They're fucking. The pixie cut girl and the Gilf are fucking. I don't know. I don't know.
It's your
I don't
time
know.
to talk.
And why did Ariel cut her hair?
Crane,
Yeah.
I can't believe this. This is someone I've worked with for decades. This is a guy, he gets freaking shakes when he has to order food. I mean, what are you telling me? It's all an act? Just what have you found? Bigby?
Snow, Crane's completely obsessed with you.
Oh my god, if this is about how Crane treats me at work.
Just listen to me for a second, all right? I followed a lead to this shithole motel, the Open Arms. Crane had a room there, and he's been taking prostitutes, or at the very least Lily, and making her look like you while he was, you know. He plays your story over and over again.
This is. I don't even know what to say right now.
I don't think it's
I
Ichabod,
really
though.
don't. I'm just trying everything I can right now to not picture it.
I'm sorry, Snow. And I'm sorry I had to be the one to tell you.
You're sure this is what happened? This is what he's been doing? Because please, Bigby, don't confuse the things.
Crane's been taking photos, Snow. Lots of photos.
Photos that show him
He's been recording his visits with Lily.
good. Look, let's go back to the business office. I doubt Crane's there at this hour, but we need to talk. And this isn't the place. No? Narissa? What is it?
Oh, her
I'm
name's
sorry.
Narissa?
Holly's asking.
Her name's Narissa? Is that canon? Hold on. I gotta look it up. I got Grimm's brother. What was the Little Mermaid's name in the original story? She's Ariel to me. She's Ariel to
Are
me.
they starting the burn? Yes. Everyone who spoke should really be present for this part. She's kind of distraught. You're not leaving yet, are you?
2 minutes. I don't mean to be.
No, I understand.
It's just that something's come up.
No, I get it. Take your time.
It won't take long.
Okay, Bigsby, you're not gonna leave, are you? Don't leave. Just stay there.
How'd it go? At the motel? Did
Did you find anything?
Yeah, Lily was killed there. It was an awful mess.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Nerissa! Yeah, coming!
Narissa wearing that dress though, she looks good.
Wait. Easy now, girl. You know how this goes. The first thing in a visit, you say, how do you do?
Doing here.
What are you doing here?
That is the question, isn't it? Or at least a question. We'll stick to the chase for all sakes. A little bird told us that you're fit to go after Crane. And you see, we have an interest.
I don't like his face. I don't like either of their faces.
Alone, and we
They don't look good in this Telltale
just
style.
take a little vacation.
Fuck off.
3 seconds to fuck off before this goes to a place you don't want it to.
Oh, I don't have my stopwatch on me. So what's it gonna be? We have a deal? You leave Crane alone, and we leave you to yours. Brother,
You think this act you got going scares me? 'Cause it doesn't.
always wanted to do things the fun way. Ladies, gentlemen, invertebrates, please rest easy. This is not.
What the hell is going on?
What's happening?
Very sorry to impose, but we only had a deal to work out with Bigby, and we're unhappy to report that things did not go as smoothly as planned.
Bigby, what is he talking about?
Never you mind that. It ain't any of your.
What deal? Stop this shit right now.
He hasn't exactly been a good sport about this.
What hasn't he
Not
been a good
making
sport
our
about?
lives any easier.
What did I tell you? What did I say?
Ollie?
Think you motherfuckers to come here uninvited? You think you can just fucking interrupt Lily's funeral?
Calm down, darling. It's just a simple business transaction.
You fucking freaks are not getting away with this.
Ollie, let me handle this.
Yeah, let's spare all the fuss. It's just a dead hole.
I'm gonna kill you!
Whoa, everybody calm down. Holly's dead. Holly's dead, guys. Fuck. The fuck? I liked Holly. Now she's dead. And then they killed the Beowulf monster. Oh, what? I'm dead too now. Oh, no, I'm not. How do these characters die? Do they die, or can you heal them? Like, how does this work? So we lost the Beowulf monster, and we lost Gilf. The troll Gilf. No. What's Ichabod?
I did as well as I could.
Maybe it's like a whole trafficking thing. You think? I wouldn't be surprised if Ichabod was trafficking a bunch of fairy tale characters. That's why they don't want to go to the farm, because he's behind
Still some
it.
shards left embedded in your shoulder. They'll eventually worm their way out on their own.
And who's that?
After they do, you're going to be sore.
Bigby, Dr. Swinehart was appointed Fabletown physician for a
Swinehart?
reason.
Who's
It's okay.
Swinehart?
There's only one thing you have to take away from all this. Take it easy.
Is it intentional that you have VOD comments turned off? No, that's not intentional. I've been trying to figure out a way how to make VOD comments show up on the screen, and I still don't know how to do it. So I can see them in my chat, but I don't know how to put them on the screen yet. Yeah, sorry. I really want to have the VOD comments there though, but we're gonna work on that.
Don't go looking for any more fights. I can't take it easy. I have to find Crane.
Bigby? What's wrong?
Lack of sleep for one thing, getting shot for another. They'll be fine. I had everyone that got wounded sent home. Holly refused to let me see where she lived, so I left her and Grendel back at her bar, with a dose of juniper and spring water. Just remember what I said. The stitches won't hold up if you continue to act like you normally do. Everything in moderation. And eat more chicken.
I'll try to.
All right then. Very good.
Business office. I know, I'll have to call you back. The town is starting to find out.
No.
Well, I'll leave you two to it then. Miss White, Bigby.
New Book of Fables entry unlocked. Yay.
So, to recap,
Crane watched me through the magic mirror uncover his room at the open office. He smashed it so we couldn't use it ourselves to go after him. We know this because Buffkin was drinking in the rafters. That about cover it?
once he puts all the pieces back together, it'll be easy to catch him. So, I guess that's the plan currently. But I don't know.
There's no other leads. This is it. Just wait for the mirror.
Yeah. What the hell is going on? I don't know what the Tweedles get out of this. I don't know if Crane sent them.
It's a whole ring, Snow.
I mean, this.
It's
is
some
messing
weird
with
fairy
things.
tale Illuminati
Do you
BS
really
going
think
on.
Crane did it?
Mm-hmm.
Everything points to him. I get it, but
He's behind
He killed them. And he sent D and Dumb to slow me down.
he was a conniver, a coward, a liar, and I'll always hate him for that. And I'll hate him for how
he was also very mean towards Snow.
but murdering prostitutes.
He was
Everything
very
okay
mean
over
towards
there?
her.
Yes, Miss White. I just cut myself on a piece of the glass. Nothing to worry about.
Thanks for tonight.
I feel like the monkey's in on it
Could have
too.
gone really terribly. I mean, even worse than it did.
I just can't fucking stand that they got away.
We'll catch up to them, Bigby. You did enough. Can I ask you a question? It's kind of personal. And I don't want to offend you.
Why? What's on your mind?
It's just when stuff hits the fan, like it did tonight, it feels like before we came to the city. It feels kind of like home. And I've heard it said that maybe in some tiny little bottled up way deep inside, you kind of enjoy it when things go wrong. Because it gives you an excuse to.
Why even bring this up?
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Guys, we have a problem.
What is it?
I can't finish the mirror. It's missing a piece.
Come on.
What do you mean, missing a piece?
Crane
Yes,
must have
it's,
taken
He
it.
must have taken a sharp with him.
Can't believe this.
I saw Crane pick something up after he smashed it. I'm sorry. I didn't realize what it was until now.
The mirror can't work unless it's whole.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Or what, Buffkin? What? We sit around and wait until it mends itself? We have no idea how long that will take. We're just gonna have to do this the hard way.
I'm just saying, waiting is an option.
What exactly is the hard way?
We'll look through his things, his desk, everything. He had to have left something that tells us where he's going. He's a neat freak, but he was never that smart.
Smart enough to take a piece of the mirror. We can still solve this ourselves. I know that
Never mind that. Come help me look.
I don't trust the monkey. Alright. Let me go talk to him, I guess.
Hi, Mr. Bigby. I can still help you catch Crane, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I saw him jump on the telephone before he left. He called up somebody. He said he needed to see his witch, or that he would need to get to the witch for that. Whoever that is.
It's which?
That's
Yes,
not
he
Ichabod.
got his snow glamours from.
I think Ichabod has his own glamour. Why didn't you stop him?
Stop him.
What do you want me to do? Yank on his hair? I'm only 3 feet tall. There are limits here.
Okay. You didn't see anything else, did you?
No, not especially.
Useless. It's not your fault, though.
Look, the whole mirror thing, it's not your fault, all right?
You mean it?
Yeah.
I'll just see if I can do anything about this.
You do that. Puffkin says that he overheard Crane call somebody before he left. Sounds like he's going to see a witch, or his witch. His glamour witch.
Wait, really? None of the 13th floor witches would allow that sort of thing. They must be somewhere in the city. It's something, at least.
Find anything?
No, but there's enough notes and stuff here to take all night. Maybe check that stuff there.
Okay, let's look around. Let's look at his nameplate. Oh. Nameplate. All right, let's look at the desk. Okay. I am writing to ask again that you please send someone to fix the air conditioning in our unit. It's burning up in the apartment, and Pinocchio says his skin is splintering. I don't know what that means, but I assume it's something gross, and I'd really like it if you fix the air like we asked you 3 months ago. Man, fuck Ichabod. He's a shitty landlord. At the very least, provide us a fan in the meantime. I don't like people like Ichabod. Ichabod is the grade A, all landlords are evil. That's him. That's him. You got Pinocchio splintering? That's fucked up. Ichabod Crane, are there any updates on the extra funding? Oh no! God, Ichabod wasn't doing his job. As I explained in my last letter, the conditions here could do with some improvement. I'm seeing some unrest from the residents, and I have to admit, I can see why. The farm should not be a punishment. I'm sure you're busy, but I think this should be made a priority. Ichabod's our big bad. He's hoarding the money. Mr. Crane, you said you'd pay to have the plaster redone in my building after the last incident in 204. It's falling off the effing walls. Please fix it. I can't rent out that room as it is, and I've already been waiting for days. Not to mention, you already promised me you'd send someone to fix the big crack in the glass in the front door. Well, guess what? It's worse now. Get your shit together, Mr. Toad.
Did Crane ever do any work?
Only when Cole was around.
As all landlords do, hoard money. I wonder if there's a way to be an ethical landlord, though. Like, is there a way? See, if I ever had, like, enough money, I would just see myself flipping houses and selling them, but I don't think I'd want to be a landlord. Or, like, when you buy, like, say if you want to buy a house with your friends, and so you buy the house is in your name, but you have your friends pay rent, like, is that an ethical way to do things? You know what I mean? But like landlords, like the complex that I'm in, the apartment I'm in, no, they're fucked up. Like this place, our tub has been broken. This is the third time our tub is going to be broken. We have to have these people come in a third time to fix it, and we're still paying like way too much money. So yes, landlords do suck, but I do wonder if there's a way to be a landlord that isn't shitty. The Office of Business Affairs.
There's a page here that was torn out.
Oh, yeah? Buffkin, do you know what was here?
Speaking of...
It's a ring, at least. Every magical item not retained in the armory is assigned to someone. It must be this witch he's going to see.
Yeah, I only recently heard
It
about
was
this
broken
movie.
again. Yeah, Heaven, my tub is broken again.
No,
And we pay way too much money here. My partner is like,
set the
I'm
meter
gonna
at
see if
2
we
a.m.
can get a discount. Because this is ridiculous.
What's going on? Is the mirror fixed yet?
Bluebeard, this isn't the time.
Is the mirror fixed or isn't it? You
I
called me to...
called just to see if you knew where Crane could be, and that was it, okay? And I'm sorry I said anything more than that.
Well, you did, and I know. The cat's out of the bag. So, can we find the dull pervert?
I tried.
I don't know why Snow told you anything.
He and Crane talk all the time, okay? He was a resource, albeit one that turned out to be useless.
I don't trust him either. He could be working with Ichabod.
I spend time on such gutter slide.
Look, this just isn't the time. He took a piece of the mirror, so we can't use it.
The only thing we know is that Crane's going to see a witch at 2 o'clock.
AM or PM?
A.M.
Listen, Bluebeard, you're not a part of this.
I don't think you're in any position.
What do you
to
know
tell
about
me
Crane?
What do you know about Crane anyway?
That he has the stones to kill prostitutes like any common sex-frightened serial killer and not face a real challenge.
Look, we know that Crane is going to see a witch, and it's to acquire a magic ring.
What's the ring?
We don't know what it does or who it's assigned to since Crane tore its page out of the book.
This farce was your ridiculous idea for a plan. Who put you in charge in the first place?
Fixing the mirror was the most logical
You're a
thing.
secretary. He's the shit.
Hey,
And none of you were chosen to run this off. Who elected you to make these decisions?
Bluebeard, respectfully, you were killing women in the fairy tale land, okay? You
Who
can't
elected
lead
her to spend
anything.
my money?
Well,
I'm
been doing
heading
this
this-
unofficially for years.
I'm heading up the investigation, okay, Bluebeard? That makes this a moot point.
And somebody needs to run the business office while he does so.
Well, excuse me for having the Commonwealth in mind.
Okay, Lee, relax. Relax, Lee.
All right, let's just look on the bright side. We know Crane is going to see the witch that's been supplying him black market glamours,
Thanks to me.
and that he'll be there at 2. So that gives us a few short hours to find out who it is and where they live and get them all at once.
And a few shorter hours, the more you babble about it.
And that's if he's even going there. We're trusting a monkey's interpretation of a phone call.
It's not an interpretation. It's what he said, all right?
Yeah, and it's what we have. So let's go.
Where's
If we really
Dorothy?
used the glamours, she'd have
And
no idea
Glenda,
who the witch was.
and
I don't think
Elphaba.
Holly's burned her things yet. It would probably have the address or a phone number or something.
And Bigby is free to go there if he likes. But I think the question you should be asking is just what do the two Tweedles know about this?
It doesn't matter what they know. After tonight, they'd never go to their office.
They're not smart enough to try and go anywhere
The
else.
Trip Trap is the better option to track the witch down.
If Holly has looked at these things, that'd probably be the safer bet.
I don't really care what you two do. I'm going to his apartment.
What? You can't just go up there.
And why the hell not?
We already looked for the key, remember? I don't know where it is.
Then I'll pick the blasted lock. I've wasted enough time waiting for the mirror to find him. I won't waste any more.
You just can't go up there alone, all right?
I've no interest in nicking his drapes, my dear, if that's what concerns you.
What concerns me is you traipsing through possible evidence.
Oh,
You know what? Go ahead. I don't like Bluebeard.
Fine. I don't care. Just go ahead.
We can't just let Bluebeard run amok in Crane's place.
ah!
He's after something. I just don't know what it is. We have to find the witch, Bluebeard, since that's where he's going.
Or the sniveling weasel chickened out. Never went anywhere. And is upstairs right now in his pitiful penthouse, crafting a fort out of couch cushions. Look, this is how a smart person would do it. So this is
I don't know,
how you
Bluebeard.
want to do it. Wherever you go, I'll go to the other.
I don't like you going anywhere unsupervised. He's up to something. I don't know what it is, but we don't have the time to really worry about it now. Where are you gonna go, Bigby?
I don't know. I don't know where I should go. Find the witch? Okay, we gotta find the witch.
I'd love to join you, but there's some business I need to attend to.
No, I'm better off dealing with things alone. I don't need sympathy and I don't need you.
I don't know where to go. We have to find the witch. Where would she be? Why would the witch be at Gilf's at Troll Gilf's bar? That's dumb. Dee might know where Ichabod is, and we could threaten him. We can threaten Dee. Going to Crane's apartment, I don't know about that yet. Let's go to Dee's office.
So you leave Crane alone, and we'll leave you alone. You and all your acquaintances.
Dee and Dom must know where he is. I should go to their office first.
Perfect. And I'll go to Crane's apartment.
I'll look up their address. I hope you know what you're doing.
Was that the move? Maybe I should have went to Crane's apartment myself. Who is he? Why does he have a frog head?
Oh, hi. Sheriff Beebe. Great to see you.
Who are
I
you?
don't know if you remember me. I've seen you around, but you may have
I
forgotten.
know who you are. You've worked at the Woodlands for how many years now?
I think I've lost count.
He's cute though. I like
No
how his
kidding.
hair is covering his
There
face.
you go.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. So, what brings you here? I mean, can I help you with anything? Are you here to see one of the brothers?
I'm
Dee
looking
or
for
Dom?
D.
I was hoping to have a talk with Dee. Dom. Do you know where they are?
No, they don't really keep regular hours as far as I can tell. Sorry. It's been a quiet night so far. I think the twins are out, probably working on a case. Sometimes I don't see them for days. They gave me the job after Crane told me to get lost.
Where's their office?
Oh, right this way. I was going there next anyway. I can let you in if you want. You can wait for them there.
Sure. Thanks.
No problem.
I'm gonna have to take a look around.
Well, I guess that would be okay.
I wasn't really asking for permission.
Hey, don't be
Right.
rude to
You're the sheriff.
Flycatcher.
I just don't want to get in trouble. I'm sure it's fine.
I
totally not
won't
to.
get you in trouble.
Don't worry. Won't get you in trouble.
Right.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go now. Take care. Hope whatever you got going on goes well. Thank you, Heaven. You take care.
You know about this?
No.
Hey.
Dear Brother D, I think we should get ourselves a dog. Sincerely, Brother Dom. He actually mailed this?
They do have their quirks.
This is pointless. Dear Brother Dom, I hate dogs and you know it. Sincerely, Brother D. Weeks.
I know these guys can come off abrasive at times, but they aren't so bad once you get to know them. And they really care about helping people. They're kind of loud at times.
How do you mean they help people?
They're detectives. Anyone can come in here with a problem and they'll do their best to fix it. The way Dee explains it, it's like if someone lost their cat, well, they could hire them to, track it down. Or like sometimes they get packages for people. They can be like couriers,
Ooh.
All kinds. Come to think of it, I don't really know where they keep them. Anyways, I'm just saying, you just don't know them like I do.
Sure, Flycatcher.
I don't trust Flycatcher's take.
I'm sure you have your reasons, but it's just they've done so much for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they keep you complacent. All right, I got a key. All right, let's Let's go here.
Let's see if they've got a file on Crane.
They do. Let's look at everyone's file. 1,200, 2,400. Georgie has an arrest. Damn. They're haggling the fairy tale characters. Brannigan.
Detective Brannigan. Keep an eye on her.
Entire. Okay. Okay. Where's Cindy been? Vacation apparently. Crispin, somewhere in Europe. Okay, let's go to Donkey Skin real quick. I'm gonna save Crane for last. Stole a photo from Crane. Lovely. Find it at all costs. Easy
You
jobs.
hired them to look for a photo? So that's why they were at her apartment. And the woodsman's place.
See, I knew you wouldn't find anything of interest anyways. They're detectives, like I said.
I haven't found anything yet.
I'm just saying.
Look, just trust me on this. Tweedledee and Dumb are not nice. They're not helping anyone.
Well, they helped me.
Okay, great. They helped you.
Yeah, that's how that works. Flycatcher.
Let me concentrate here. Ichabod Crane. He owes the Crooked Man money. Shit.
Crooked Man Consolidated. Current plan.
Request for property acquisition. Further details filed under Donkey Skin. Why did he want it back so badly?
Find anything?
What I need.
What if you're wrong about them?
I'm not.
They're misunderstood, sure, but that doesn't mean everything people say about them is true. I mean, like when I think about it, you guys aren't that different. You help people, and they help people. Not that it's
You don't know
business,
anything.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Bigby?
Shit. There's something here. I know there is. Has to be.
Why would there be anything
Because they're lying to you. Okay, Flycatcher? That's why. They aren't detectives. They're hired guns. Hitmen.
Bigby, what happened to your...
You want to know what this is? This is them showing up to Lily's funeral with fucking shotguns.
Ooh, I
I'm
like his
sorry,
nose.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Holly and Grin both got injured. Snow White nearly got her head blown off. Do you get it now?
Maybe we don't have to be too hot, like aggressive towards him.
I didn't mean to.
There's a door behind this file cabinet. I don't know what they keep back here, but...
We're not going to see Flycatcher again. He knows too much.
Well, that key you found should work. Wow.
Hold for BCW.
What does BCW stand for?
What are you looking for exactly? Maybe I can help.
Anything about Crane? Or the witch he was using? Something.
Alright. So we're in the basement. We gotta find something. Okay. Delivered. Who is the Crooked Man?
For your collection.
What is that?
No idea. Pretty sure it's something they aren't supposed to have. This isn't the witch, though.
Okay. Okay. What other stuff are we looking for? JD.
JD. Book. This doesn't really tell us much yet. Gotcha. What is this stuff? Sorry, I know I'm late. I'll get it to you soon.
Who was he sending money to?
Crooked Man. Care of the Lucky Pawn. You know what that is?
I'm gonna take the money. I'm gonna steal it.
Is that what you needed?
I don't think so. It's interesting.
No. If I steal the money, they're gonna kill Flycatcher. I know that. Damn it. I liked Flycatcher. Can I put the money back?
Hey, Bigby. Do you think, after all this, do you think I could come back to the Woodlands?
They're...
I mean, I can still work here, but I don't think I want to.
You should talk to Snow. Maybe there's something she can do for you.
Really? That would be...
Flycatcher won't be here because I stole the money and they're going to think he stole it.
It's Snow's hair.
Snow White? Why?
We found her hair like this inside Lily's glamour. Anti-green leaf. This must be the witch Crane was using.
I guess Dee and Dumb were getting the hair for Crane and sending it to her? That's not a pleasant thought.
Ugh.
There's no address on it.
So what now? Snow would probably want to know about this, don't you think?
I'll check in with the business office. Maybe there's a record of anti-green leaf.
I think I saw a phone near the back.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Sheriff.
Business office? This is Snow White.
Jason.
Oh, it's you. Sorry, I've been answering angry phone calls for hours. People want to know.
I don't know if they should be talking on regular
No
phones.
address yet.
Maybe they should be on burners.
Anti-green leaf. You heard of her?
No. I'll get back and start looking for a record, but it might take some time.
Somebody's got to know where to find her. And Snow, I found a note with some money attached. Crane has been embezzling.
I knew it. Crane wasn't a good person.
Because if I half-assed being a complete sleaze, do you think this is tied to the murders? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter.
I think it's connected. Maybe the girls found out about it.
Maybe.
Oh, shit. Sorry, guys.
You might want to try Holly's place. See,
She has a burden listing. Craig's, you might find something there. Although Bluebeard's been there. I'll leave it up to you, but we don't have much time. Crane is meeting her at 2 a.m.
I'll go to Crane's
I'll
apartment.
go to Crane's apartment. See if there's an address or something there.
Okay. I'll give Buffkin the name and hope we find something in the records.
Let me know what he comes up with.
I'll be in touch. I hope you'll do the same.
I'll catch him, Snow.
Bigby, I have to go. Someone just came in. Good luck.
Bluebeard burned everything.
What?
I tried to stop him, but I got here too late.
So Bluebeard was in on
He
it.
wouldn't listen to me. Threatened to strangle me if I got too close.
Why would Bluebeard come here just to burn all of Crane's
Because
stuff?
he's part of it. Obviously. Maybe I should have went to Crane's place first.
There was something here I could use to find him. There isn't now. Waste of fucking time.
Oh, crap.
What now? Did the Tweedle brothers have any information about the witch?
Just her name. Auntie Greenleaf. You heard of her?
No. That's strange. I can check the books for you.
How long is that going to take?
If I haven't come across her name before, she's not going to be very easy to track down.
We'll head over to the Trip Trap. Maybe I can get some information from Holly.
But
What?
after what happened at the funeral, she may not be too happy about seeing you. Are you sure this is a good idea? You'll do what you want, I'm sure. I'd better go fill Miss White in on the circumstances.
Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta take a bathroom break. And I'll actually come back and I'll start talking about my natural hair routine because one of my viewers have been wanting to know. So I'll be back in a moment. one of the viewers on my YouTube stream had asked me what I do with my hair. So I would like to take a couple of minutes to talk about that before I actually go back to playing the game, because there's a lot of things that I learned about my natural hair while going on my natural hair care journey for about 2 years now. So I've been on my hair growth journey for about or length retention is what people like to call it, for about 2 years, but mostly I've been focusing on trying how to keep my hair healthy and what I need to do in order to keep my hair healthy. A couple things that I've learned, I think first and foremost is that one, it's going to be more so about your routine, like your hair routine, before it's about the type of products that you use. If you have a consistent routine that you're doing over the course of like every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that is going to help you retain length more than any products that you're using. And we'll talk about that real quickly. 2, which is the most important, something that I will stand 10 toes down on. I probably should have started off with this one because it is so important and has contributed a lot to why my hair wasn't retaining length in the way or growing optimally for me. Diet. Okay, and I've said this so many times before, but I am an advocate for your diet. Make sure your diet is in order, not just for your like hair growth goals or your length retention goals or your hair health goals, but also just in general, just to make sure that in overall wellness you feel good. I have been prioritizing my diet for the past, I want to say since 2018, 2019. So for the past 5 years, I've been doing my best to prioritize my diet when I could. A lot of the reasons why a lot of girls that look like me, a lot of women that look like me, a lot of folks that look like me, their hair does not grow in the way that you would like it to, or it doesn't grow to its full hair health potential, is because we're low on iron and we're low on vitamin D. And I'm not a medical professional, so what I recommend you do before you even start any sort of hair health routine, natural hair care journey, whatever, is go to a medical professional. If you can't go to a medical professional, maybe go to a clinic or someplace where they can screen your blood to see if you're deficient in any of the main nutrients that helps contribute to overall function as a human, but also to hair health. If you are low in iron and if you are low in vitamin D, expect your hair to be falling out by the clumps. Even if you have the most stellar, impeccable A1 hair care routine, even if you're using the best of the best hair care products, the most expensive, the most elite, sacred, whatever, like even if you're using the best of the best hair products, the best type of Ayurvedic hair growth oil, you're massaging that in every week, whatever, every other day, whatever. I have some opinions about that, by the way. Your hair is still probably going to be prone to growing out by the clump or falling out by the clumps because your diet is messed up. I feel like a lot of with hair health and length retention for your hair is that people focus more so on the external of what your hair is doing, and they don't focus on the internal and what they need to be putting inside of them in order to help their hair grow healthy. Okay, hair health will always trump hair length. I've had my hair to the middle of my back once, and it wasn't healthy, and so it ended up breaking off by the clumps. And my hair would shed a ton, right? I'd say that in my personal hair growth journey, it's fluctuated. So when I was younger, when I was getting silk presses all the time, back then we called them wash and sets, just straighten your hair. My hair was like down to the middle of my back, but it would keep falling out. Like strands and strands of hair would fall out. Why? Because I was deficient in iron, vitamin D. I wasn't having enough protein, okay, when I was younger. And so then in 2019, when I discovered supplements, which again, I don't recommend, I'm not a healthcare professional. I recommend you go to a healthcare professional about any type of supplements that you want to take or any type of diet plan you want to be on after you've asked them to screen your blood work. But when I started taking supplements, I realized that nutrients in your body, like putting nutrients into your body, is going to reflect externally, which meant I was taking an iron supplement, a multivitamin hair growth supplement that included MSM, and eventually my hair was growing, but it wasn't just growing, it was growing thicker. And I knew that diet was probably one of the most important aspects of hair growth length retention and hair care, because I wasn't taking care of my hair as well as I am now in 2019, and my hair was still growing well and it was still pretty healthy. And even when I got it straightened after it had been matted for 3 months at a time, please don't judge me, I can explain. It was still like down to the middle of my back and the healthiest I've ever seen it. So diet is always going to come first. I recommend you go to a medical professional, get a screening of your blood, get some blood work done, see what you're deficient in, and see what the medical professional tells you to do so that you can be not deficient or efficient, I guess, in those vitamins that you need. And usually it's iron and vitamin D that affects the way your hair grows, and whether the hair can stay on your head. And then also protein too. You want to make sure you're eating enough protein because it'll strengthen your hair too. I never understood why so many natural hair gurus, even some of my favorite, they never ever start out with make sure your diet's in order first. And when they do say you should make sure your diet's in order, it's always something along the lines of, well, make sure you're drinking more water, or make sure you're eating your fruits and vegetables. No. Like, no one's actually talking about, well, there literally might be a nutrient that you're deficient in. You might actually be deficient in vitamin D. You might actually be deficient in iron, and that's why your hair is falling out by the clumps. Please, 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 please go to a medical professional, get your blood work done, check out your diet, put healthier foods in your body. It's not only good for your hair health and length retention journey, but it's also much better for your overall function in life, okay? So please, please do that. That's like the first thing I really want you to do, all right? And then the third thing I did to retain length and have my hair, look the way it does now is I left my hair the fuck alone. I left it alone. I left my hair alone, okay? I'm just writing all this down. Okay, you gotta leave your hair alone. I know a lot of Black women, we like to experiment with different styles, and I love that for us. I do. However, I challenge us to maybe experiment with styles that aren't going to affect our hair health if your goal is to have healthier hair. For example, the quick weave phenomenon, where they take the cap, put it on your head, braid your hair down, put the cap on your head, and you glue it. You glue like pieces to your hair. Basically, like you have a net, like a wig cap over your braided down hair. You put weave glue on the braided cap or the wig cap that's seeping into your own hair, and then you glue tracks to the weave cap. All right, quick weaves are cute and they're very, very beautiful. I also think that hairstylists are skimming y'all out of a lot of money, charging some $200-300 for like a 45-minute like length hairstyle service, right? But because quick weaves don't take a long time, but quick weaves probably aren't the healthiest for your hair. Now, if your goal is to just have like a hairstyle, like, okay, then wear the quick weaves, right? I'm the type of person where I don't really care what you do with your hair. I'm not like a natural hair elitist. I never really was. I understand that we live in a society, and as Black women existing in the society, how we show up in the world, a chunk of it has to do with the way we wear our hair, unfortunately, for being realistic. And I also know that we all have different types of hair textures. Some of us have a more coily hair texture. Some of us have looser curls. Some of us like to do the 4A to 4C method of ranking what type of hair we have or assessing what type of hair we have. But if you want your hair to be healthy and you're not a hairstylist who knows how to safely like install and take down a hairdo, then you might want to just take like maybe 2 to 5 years to leave your hair alone and maybe try styles with your hair exclusively. No added on pieces, no added on hair. The more I learn about like natural hair and different protective styles, the more I learn that a lot of the styles we've been using that we call quote unquote protective, for example, the box braids, the boho locks, the pick and drop braids, they're very, very popular now. I see girls wear those braids all the time and we're killing it with those braids, but those are not protective styles, unfortunately, because one, the hair that you're using in your head it's come out that some of that Kanekalon hair has cancerous chemicals in it, toxic chemicals in it, but then two, depending on which stylist you go to, they care more so about the look of the box braids than they do actually care about tending to your hair, which means they can braid it down too tight to the point where, you know, your hair is getting pulled on. If you keep it in too long and then you don't care for your natural hair underneath, your hair can break off. I've seen this happen with a lot of people, a lot of women. So really, if you're really trying to retain length, or you have specific hair goals, or you just want your hair to be healthier, you have to leave your hair alone. And you guys have seen me on stream before. Leaving your hair alone doesn't exclusively mean that you just have to wear your hair natural as it manifests, blah, blah, blah. We'll expand on that a little bit more in a minute. What I mean is, like, if you do want to change up your style, I always put on a synthetic, like, full sewn wig, like, full closure wig. Like, you see me wear that all the time. I've seen some of the girls wear half wigs, V-part wigs where most of their hair is hidden, but for the most part, you don't want to do too much manipulation with your hair underneath. Okay, so, another thing I learned is detangling is very important. I mentioned earlier that when I first prioritized my hair health in my hair, which was in 2019, and I started taking certain supplements to help with that, I wasn't taking care of my hair properly, and my hair was like matted for like 3 months at a time, and I did not know what was going on. It was because I didn't know how to detangle. I don't know who needs to hear this. Maybe this is for my past self, but yes, detangling helps. Again, going back into the routine, right? The products that I use in my hair care routine are, I think like 6 products. And I wash my hair now every 3 to 4 weeks. If I'm lazy, maybe like 5 weeks, but I don't extend it to 6 weeks. And some people will be like, hey, Exes, that's gross. You should be washing your hair every 2 weeks. For me, it works. Okay? And so when you go on your hair care journey, you have to figure out what works for you, and you also have to figure out what type of natural you're going to be, okay? So, for example, there are different types of natural girls. You want to be a natural, and you want to be able to wear your hair in braid outs or like natural based hairstyles. All right, that's kind of what I am. You can do that. You're going to just have to learn how to leave your hair alone and learn how to have a good diet and learn how to have a good routine, right? If you want to be a silk press natural, you might, unless you're like a really good hairdresser on your own and you know how to style your hair well and you know what works for your hair, you're a DIY queen or you're a licensed cosmetologist. And if you are, you probably shouldn't be watching me because I'm not a licensed cosmetologist. But if you're a silk press natural, if anything, at the very least, and say you're like inexperienced like me, you should probably go to a hairstylist that is willing to work with you, that doesn't have an ego, and isn't gonna like overcut your hair when it's not needed, but is also very knowledgeable about the health of your hair. Personally, if you're like a newbie or a DIYer queen with your natural hair and you don't really like understand how hair health works and whatnot, I wouldn't recommend that you try to DIY silk presses at home. I recommend you probably go to a professional first. However, if you are the professional, which again, I don't know why you'd be watching me, I'm not a professional, then maybe like, and you want to be a silk press natural, that's your business, that's your circus, that's your monkeys, you know what to do, you know how your hair works, okay? But silk press naturals, I do recommend that you go to a hairstylist that can keep your hair maintained, because, and so here's the dicey thing about silk press naturals is that y'all are, they call it heat training, right? Like your hairstylist is going to call it heat training, which is what you're doing. You're loosening up your curled pattern so it can get used to being a straight in, so that your straight hairstyle can last longer. But it's heat damage. It's just in a different, it's in a different font, right? The more heat you put on your head, the more damaged it will become. But you know about the heat damage, so they changed it from heat damage to heat training. So, but they're basically the same thing. Heat training is basically heat damage. It's just you're aware of the heat damage, and you understand that you're training your curl pattern to hold a straighter hairstyle longer. Instead of just like, you know, playing around in your hair and then you fry it too hard with the flat iron one day and then you're wondering why your hair is breaking off. So if you're going to be a silk press naturals, you need to go to a hairdresser who's going to be able to take care of your hair, offer you trims when needed, because you are technically heat damaging your hair, technically. However, that doesn't mean that you're like a bad person. You know, like I know some people like to, you know, be anti-heat or anti-silk press or have like this weird esoteric messaging behind how Black women decide to style their hair, especially their natural hair. That is your business, and you're not an awful person if you want to just straighten your hair if it's easier to maintain for you. That is absolutely your business. You do what you do. I've seen some wonderful silk press naturals who have retained a ton of length, who go to really good stylists who know how to take care of their hair. Again, you just do what's comfortable for you, okay? But just as long as you are knowledgeable about how your hair works and how to take care of your hair, or you're going to a hairdresser who knows what they're doing, that's all I would say if you were going to be a silk press natural. If you were going to be a relaxed natural, I know people who have relaxed their natural hair and they find it easier to work with. I don't have much advice to that. There's a subreddit of relaxed naturals that I see on Reddit from time to time. I guess I would say just be careful on which relaxers that you're using, because some of them have toxic and cancerous ingredients. So just be careful what type of like chemicals you're putting in your hair. But I say all that to say that there's no right or wrong way to be a natural person. You could be a natural, you could be a silk press natural, you can be a relaxed natural, you could be a dreadhead or lock yourself up. And see, I don't know anything about locks. I don't know anything about locks at all. Okay, so don't ask me about locks. I don't have any knowledge of that. What I know is how to take care of my hair, and I also know how to keep up a good routine for my hair. One thing that you should learn if you're going to be a natural is that you need to just really know and understand your hair. The best way you're going to know and understand your hair is if you are keeping a consistent routine, including a low manipulation type of hairstyle where you're styling your hair, your own natural hair, without adding on pieces, so you know how your hair works, how your hair operates, so you can keep track of it. So I'm going to talk about my routine real quickly. Some of the things I did for my some of the things I do currently for my natural hair routine is I use like 5 to 6 products. I found out that technically I could maybe use like 3 to 4 products if I'm, you know, crunched for time. And I say that to say that it's really not about the products. And I think it's low-key predatory that a lot of natural hair care companies make things about like the type of product that you're using. Like they'll sell a rosemary oil to you and say that your hair will grow past your ankles if you use it periodically. Meanwhile, your diet's messed up and your hair is falling out by the clumps and you're burning your scalp using this rosemary mint oil because a bunch of influencers told you to buy it. And that natural hair care content creator with the type 3 hair that really is a curly hair girl is telling you to use it, right? And it's not helping. So I think it's very predatory that a lot of natural hair care companies will keep pushing products for you to use, different like deep conditioners, pre-poo shampoos, all of that, as like a fix the issue or the problem faster, like a be all end all solution to you retaining length and having longer hair. That's my opinion about a lot of like hair care products, because you really could use any hair care product you want, as with the exception of products that obviously have toxins in them. But then again, you know, I'm not a medical professional, so I don't want to like influence people not to use certain products or use certain products. So the following products that I use on my wash day is I'll go in with a detangler from African Pride. Oh no. What happened here? Reload player. Okay. Twitch messed up. So I'll go in with a detangler from African Pride. Then, and I'll split my hair in sections. Wash day, right? Usually I split them on 4 sections on each side. And then I will wash my hair with a clarifying shampoo. And then I'll wash my hair 3 times. So I'll wash my hair in sections, right? I'll get my hair wet after I've detangled, so some of the detangler can come off. Then I'll take the clarifying shampoo, and then I'll take those designated sections and just wash my hair that way. I'll go in with the clarifying shampoo 3 times, and I'll let you know in a minute why. And I'll wash my hair in 4 sections, rinse it out. Then I will split my hair in, or I'll wash my hair in 8 sections, because like 4 on one side, 4 on another side, rinse it out. Then I'll go in with the clarifying shampoo again, and I'll wash it in 2 sections. So 4 sections on the whole head, but 2 on one side, 2 on the other side, rinse it out. And then I'll wash it for a final time in 2 different sections, really like focusing on the scalp. And that's just what I do. I'm not a professional, okay? That's not what you should do like for your own hair. Like your hair is different from my hair, right? So I just want to make sure that I get all the product out, right? And so then after that, I'll rinse my hair out, and then I'll put in a deep conditioner. And I will sit under the heated dryer for like 25 to 30 minutes. I sit under the heated dryer or like a heat cap for however long the instructions tell me I need to stay under. I'm not going to stay under the heat cap for any longer than I need to, because I have stuff to do, and I don't want my hair to dry rot really, or like I just don't want to keep too much product on my hair and then there would be buildup. So I just rinse it out when they tell me to rinse it out. If they say keep it in your hair for 15 minutes, I'm keeping it in my hair for 15 minutes, I'm rinsing it out. 30 minutes, keeping it in my hair for 30 minutes, rinsing it out. 45 minutes, then rinse it out. I don't keep it in any longer or any shorter than that, just the designated time. I follow the directions on the back of the product. And then after that, I'll rinse it out. And then what I used to do was blow dry my hair with a heat protectant. Because if you do have fine natural hair, I'm a fine natural hair girl, it's best to have your hair as stretched as possible, right? So what I used to do when I was starting to prioritize hair health was I would blow dry my hair, but this year and in the next couple years, because of the length retention goals I have, I really want to prioritize using less and less heat. Now I don't do that anymore. But usually I would use a heat protectant, then blow dry my hair. Now I'm not using a heat protectant and blow drying my hair. I'm just styling it as is, straight out of the, rinsing it out after I put in my deep conditioner. So what I do is I take like a lightweight and very little bit leave-in conditioner or like a curling cream, and I'll put it on my hair. Make sure my hair is still damp enough. And then after that, I'll put on some hair grease. Okay. And then I will put my hair in 4 braids. 4 braids seems to work a lot better for me than like putting it in twists, because I'm not a hairstylist. I don't know how to part my hair. I just know how to take care of it. So I'll put my hair into like 4 braids on either side. And then I'll just let my hair sit like that for 3 to 4 weeks at a time. Every so often, I'll take a spray bottle and spray my hair with water. But for the most part, I'm just going on about my day. Or if I want to wear it out, I'll just take it out and wear it like a braid out. But I use hair grease now. I don't use it periodically. Sometimes if I feel my hair is a little bit dry, I'll put like a very, very light amount on my hair with some curling cream. Like this past week, I've been wearing my hair out a lot more, so I put a little bit on my ends, and then I braided my hair up again before I went to the string, before I showed up for the string for you guys. But that's my routine. I only use a detangler on wash day. I use a clarifying shampoo on wash day. I use a curling cream. I use some sort of hair grease. So right now I'm using Blue Magic and water, and that's it. And then to moisturize throughout the week, I just spray water on my hair and I go about my day. And then the way I style my hair, like I said, I have 4 braids on either side. And then I braid up those 4 braids, and then I tuck the ends under, which allows me not to have to trim my hair as frequently because I'm protecting my ends. And then I'll wear my hair like that until like a special occasion, like now I want to take out my hair, or until next wash day. And like I said, I wash my hair every 3 to 4 weeks. I try to 6 weeks if I'm lazy, and this just works for me. This routine was inspired by the African Hair God on YouTube. Definitely recommend you look at a lot of his content. He can be harsh, but he is right in a lot of the things that he says. And I know that he means well, but a lot of the, like him, like bringing back the resurgence of hair grease and using like old school products that we used to use on our hair when we were kids, and our grandmas and our moms were styling our hair with the little gumballs and berets. It was probably Blue Magic. We were using hair grease. We were using pomades. We were using Lustrous Pink Moisturizer. We weren't using all of these like elaborate herbs and conditioners and hair care lines. And there's nothing wrong with herbs, by the way. There's some hair greases that have herbs and it works very well. It's just, and I've talked about this before, and Narada, the African Hair God, also talks about this too. You probably should not be mixing and playing chemist in your own kitchen for a lot of the hair care products, because you're not a cosmetic chemist. You're not a cosmetologist. You don't know what works. You're an amateur, right? You probably should just, if anything, if you're going to use a product, you should just follow what is on the back of the label, what the instructions are, because that was made by chemists and cosmetologists and all that, right? But also at the same time, it really doesn't matter what type of product you use. I'm starting to realize it's all about your routine. And so while I have this consistent routine that I've been using for the past 2 years, I want to say, another thing that I have done is I do still supplement myself. I use a lot of the Mary Ruth hair vitamins. And I used to, I used to do herbal teas. I used to take rosemary tea and fenugreek tea and all that. I don't recommend you do that anymore. I had some very weird side effects from taking those teas. But one thing I will say is that a lot of the shit, okay, real talk, a lot of the shit that you're putting on your head, right? You mixing all these weird concoctions, eggs, avocado, fenugreek, chibi, and all of that, you should probably consider putting it like in your mouth orally, and taking it that way, because you'll get the same results, except one will provide less buildup, right? And less time. Like if you take rosemary tea instead of like mixing up a crazy ass oil, you'll probably have the same results. However, again, I recommend you go to a neuropathic doctor or a medical professional about that. Right now, I use Mary Ruth's hair vitamins. They're pretty good. I'm not recommending that y'all use it, and I don't have a promo code, but it works well for me. They're very natural products from what I hear. That's why they're kind of pricey. And so I definitely recommend that you use, like, if you're going to use a supplement, use something that is high quality. But even before you use the supplement, learn how to eat better. And this is not me saying you need to starve yourself, because you're not eating better if you starve yourself. What I'm saying is you need to learn how to, like, what type of servings of fruits and veggies do you need every day? How much protein you need for your body weight? And again, that doesn't mean starve yourself, because if you're eating enough protein, you're most certainly not starving yourself. It means, you know, if you want a burger, just eat some vegetables with it instead of French fries. If you're gonna have some French fries, maybe have like a healthy turkey wrap with it instead of pizza, you know? So that's what I mean about diet. And then for me, leaving my hair alone, so my hairstyle is basically dookie braids up until the time I have to wash my hair. And it's just dookie braids all braided together and then tucking my ends under. I don't do too much with my hair. I don't do too much. I'm very demure. I'm very mindful. I leave my hair alone, and if I'm feeling sassy, if I'm feeling stylish, I'll put on a wig, and I'm perfectly okay with that. From time to time, I will wear a half wig, and I'll leave a little bit of leave out, but for the most part, I don't really do that at all. And I think another big contributing factor to my natural hair being able to retain so much length and be healthy is because I haven't touched my hair in the past 2 years. I haven't gotten it braided down. I haven't gotten it, I haven't put those box braids in my hair, the pick and drop braids, all the crazy braids in my hair for a while. I haven't gotten a sew-in. I haven't gotten a silk press. I haven't gotten any of that. And one of the reasons why I haven't gotten any of that stuff is because I started realizing how scammy a lot of these hairdressers were, especially the IG hairstylists. And I'm all for supporting Black businesses and all for paying people their worth, but some of y'all hairstylists are very unprofessional. Okay, you all are. I'm calling y'all out. And I just wanted at the very least to learn how to care for my hair to the point where I wouldn't have to need or want for a hairstylist, because I'm okay with how my hair looks on its own. Okay, because a lot of some of these hairstylists be playing God. Some of these hairstylists will be out here and hit you with the "Hey hun" text the day of your birthday, and you have a birthday dinner in like 5 hours. And I don't want to contribute to that. No, until the hairstylists know how to, and this isn't all, okay, it's a few, but until they know how to, what's the word? Have proper professionalism in customer service, I am not giving them my money. I also think a lot of natural hairstyle, or not natural hairstylists, but just hairstylists in general, a good chunk of them like to sell dreams to their clients because they want consistent clients. They want consistent money. So I'll see a lot of like silk press hairdressers. They will, in some cases, not all the time, but overcut somebody's hair. For example, if they have fine natural hair and they're going through a deficiency, and, the client is uncomfortable with them getting their hair cut a super short amount, they'll just be like, well, it's my way or the highway, or you can go to somebody else because you need to cut it all off. And I don't think, and I'm not a hairdresser, okay? But from like a customer service standpoint, I don't think it's cool to do that. I think it's cool to provide a service to your customer in a way that makes them feel comfortable. I have seen horror stories of that one lady who was trying to go for world's biggest afro for the national, the Guinness World Records, and she went to a 20-year experienced natural hair care stylist who ended up hacking off anywhere between 6 to 8 inches of her hair. I've seen silk press stylists like do the, for TikTok, they'll just cut the hair straight ahead. And then I'll hear stylists underneath be like, you're not supposed to trim hair like that. Like, this isn't a trim, this is a haircut. Like, come on. I'll see hairstylists where people talk about how hairstylists just, canceled on them out of the blue, hit them with the hey hun text, have unrealistic payment policies. I saw one hairdresser, she was like a silk press. She was a silk press lady, or she provided a silk press service, but she put you on like a payment plan where it was like you had to work with her every month to lock in for a certain price. And if you missed a month or two, then you had to go to the original consultation price, which was like $300. I've seen it all, and I don't like it. I don't like what I'm seeing, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to take care of my own hair. Part of the reason why I believe in leaving your hair alone, just like letting your hair exist and vibe however it wants to, is because you don't know who's really working in your hair and what their intentions are. You just don't. Especially nowadays where people are really like desperate for services and whatever, and customers are wisening up. You don't know what a lot of these hairdressers' intentions are. I know the hairdresser I go to, they have the most earnest intentions, and I will listen to everything that they say, right? And even then, if they were to tell me, hey, we're going to have to cut off 8 inches of hair, and I was like, hey, I'm not comfortable with that, can we compromise? They'll be like, okay, sure, yeah, we can cut off 2 inches, or we can cut off like 1.5 inches, and then we'll move from there. They're very well experienced. But a lot of us have very crazy hairstyles, and I love it. I love all of our hairstyles. I love the boho locks. I love the box braids. I love the pick and drop braids. I love the wigs that we wear. I'm a fan of lace fronts. Okay, the reason why I wasn't wearing lace fronts like that is because, one, I have a very small head. My forehead isn't that big. Okay, I think lace fronts look good on women who have like a bigger forehead. And then 2, it would just itch all around my baby hairs. And then 3, I didn't know how to install them. All right, so I just was never gonna be a lace front girly. But shout out to my lace front girls. I love y'all down. But if you're in the business of wanting to like prioritize your hair health and wanting to retain some length, or like reach or break out of a certain plateau, you want to leave your hair alone, which means that you can't have a new hairstyle every business quarter. You can't get silk presses in the fall, sew-ins in the winter, boho locks in the spring, and then Jada Wada braids in the summer. Like you gotta leave your hair alone, okay, and give your hair a rest. Otherwise, it's gonna stay at a certain length, and and if that's what you want, if you just want your hair to be healthy enough, and then just keep it at a certain length, that's one thing. But if you're really trying to prioritize hair health, you might want to just like leave your hair alone. And so the best way to leave your hair alone is through low manipulation hairstyles. Like I said, mine was with chunky braids, or people like to call them dookie braids. And then I just tuck my ends under. Other people like to do chunky twists. Some people like to do mini twists. Some people like to do mini braids. It's really up to you and what you're interested in. And I will say that you using your own hair to style will really let you know like what works well for your hair type. And it'll really get you closer to figuring out what type of hair you have. So for me, I realized that just from styling my hair, and using my own natural hair to do so, and just paying attention every wash day, I realized that I have fine natural hair. So my hair is very fine, and I have low density, so I don't have a lot of hair on my head. And you'll you'll be able to tell because, oh, okay. Like when I stand in the sun, you can see through my hair. Let me see if I have a picture. Pull up a picture. Okay, here's a good example. Oh no. But you can see through my hair. So I have very fine hair and I have not a lot of it. And one of the reasons why I have certain length retention goals is because I want to be a representation for a lot of the girls out there who have the same type of hair that I do. Because I haven't seen any girls who have super fine natural hair, or any people who have super fine natural hair, don't have a lot of it, but are able to grow their hair like to waist length or like past their butt cheeks. You know what I mean? I haven't seen that yet, and I would like to be that representation. And I feel like the type of natural hair that is well received in social media are the hair types that have higher density. And so I wasn't able to figure out, unfortunately, for like about a whole decade why my hair wouldn't look a certain way or wouldn't look like my favorite natural hair girlies without realizing that, oh, the hair type you have is actually low density. So I always like to use her as an example, but like Natural 85 has probably thick hair with very high like density on her head. Like the strands are thick, the individual strands are probably really thick, and then the follicles on her head that the hair is growing out from, right? Like she has a lot of that. So she's gonna do a braid out and it's gonna look really full. I do a braid out, it's gonna look a little bit thinner, and then in the sun it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this in the sun. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just my hair, it's how it operates. But like that's just the reality, and I wasn't able to figure that out until I just started styling and using a lot of hairstyles just meant for my hair on my own without adding extra pieces or anything. And so that's another reason why you want to leave your hair alone and you only really want to style with it. For a while there was an argument on social media where some girls were saying, I don't like wearing my natural hair, it feels childish. I think that's a crock of shit, but I understand why a lot of girls feel that way because unfortunately we live in this very like consumerist type of society, and if they're not trying, and especially in Black spaces, particularly in Black women's spaces, if they're not trying to peddle the new hot natural hair trend down your throat or the new hot natural hair care product line down your throat, they are peddling wigs. They're peddling like styles with fake hair or hair that's not yours. And so by default, you think that your natural hair isn't up to snuff. When in actuality, your natural hair is always going to be up to snuff. If anything, you might just be going through a deficiency, which you can solve within, you know, the course of a couple months, which you figure out what you're deficient in. So yeah, I think that's all I got for the natural hair journey that I'm on. Those are the 3 things I'm doing. So the first thing I'm doing, I'm going to switch it around, is diet. I'm making sure I'm prioritizing my diet, supplementing myself when I need to, and making sure that my iron levels are good and my vitamin D levels are good, as well as my protein. Again, recommend you go to a medical professional in order to make sure everything's all like in check. All right. If you want to try herbs, I recommend you go to a neuropathic doctor or like some herbalist or something. Like I would not just play alchemist in the kitchen and put rosemary and fenugreek in your tea. I used to do that, and I had some pretty weird side effects. Don't be like me, all right? I still mess up. So 1, diet. 2, prioritize your routine more than you prioritize your products. If you really wanted to, you could still retain so much length just by using 4 products. One of those products includes hair grease and like a clarifying shampoo. If you're going to use hair grease, you especially want to use a clarifying shampoo to prevent product buildup. You don't want to, and you want to make sure you're washing your hair thoroughly. But also, if you're using hair grease, you want to make sure that you're not using a lot of it because you really don't need a lot. And for me, especially somebody who has really fine hair, it's very easy for my hair to be weighed down. I swear, I just like take like a swipe, like a little swipe at the top of my Blue Magic, and I just run it through all my hair. Like, you don't need that much hair grease. But you definitely want to get a routine down of how you're doing your hair, and the products will come. The products will come, and you don't need to prioritize like using all types of pre-poos and conditioners and deep conditioners and Ayurvedic oils and all of that. No, you just need to get a routine together, and really you could get busy with a detangler, a clarifying shampoo, a leave-in, a light leave-in. You don't need to use a lot of leave-in, and then some hair grease and some water, and you could just leave your hair alone for like 3 to 4 weeks, and it'll probably be good for the next time you have to wash it again. All right. And then the final thing I did was I just left my hair alone. You need to leave your hair alone. Okay. You got to stop putting your hair through all types of styles, otherwise your hair is going to break off. And then you also, this is like an urban legend, but this is something that my aunties used to tell me. You don't want every and anybody playing in your hair. Whether you're spiritual like that and you feel like there's a spiritual connection when you work in somebody's hair, or whether it's just like a logistical situation where like you don't, like somebody who you don't know is working in your head and you don't know how much experience they have, and so they could be telling you one thing and another hairdresser is telling you the other. You don't want too many people. I do believe you should not have so many people playing your hair. If anything, like if you're a Silk Press Natural, build a relationship with a really good hairstylist, and hopefully they have all the professionalism that you need, okay, so that they don't cancel on the last minute. And make sure that you just keep up with your hair routine. But make sure you just like leave your hair alone for the most part. You don't need to do too much to it. You really can like leave your hair alone for like anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks at a time. It just depends on how your hair like receives or handles buildup. But stop over manipulating your hair and stop letting every and anybody play in your hair. Again, whether you're like a spiritual girly and you just like the vibes are off, ooh type of shit, or whether you're just like I don't know these people, I don't know why they're in my hair. You know, they're already telling me to come to their salon with my hair washed and blow dried. I don't know about that. Also, another piece of advice: if you're a natural hair girl who does, like, for example, you're a Silk Press Natural and you do go to a hair salon often, okay? I don't know if Silk Press services do this, but if the hairstylist is telling you to come with your hair washed and blow dried, let me be the big sis to tell you, you should not be going to that stylist. Don't go to that stylist. Don't go to that stylist. They're not licensed. Just don't go. Don't go. They're not licensed. And it's like if they didn't take the time out of their day to get licensed, and they're still been in business for this long, right? How much expertise do you have as a stylist? Like, just don't do it. Make sure you're going to a salon where they wash and blow dry your hair for you. I think that has been one of the most BS rules and regulations that some stylists have done. One of them making services a la carte, right? Like where things aren't included, like wash and blow dry isn't included. I know in the white salons, that's what they do to the 1A and the 2A girlies, type 1 to type 3 girlies. They just tell them that, you know, if you want your hair washed and blow dried, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to pay an extra $75 to $100. I think that's bullshit. But also for like the type 4 black girlies out there, I don't know, it just signals a bunch of like unprofessionalism if you have salonists out here who are telling you to come with your hair already washed and blow dried. Like, that is like the basic service you can provide to your customers and your clientele. as a hairstylist, right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, one of the biggest reasons why I went natural is because I was starting to realize how, I don't like saying this word a lot, but like how capitalistic hair salon culture was getting. Like I said, the white salons, they do the a la carte services now. So like, I don't know how it works over there, but you know, it's $50, it's $75 to $100 to get your hair washed and blow dried, or just washed, and then it's another $75 to get it blow dried, and tack on an extra $100 to get it trimmed. That's what I hear they say. That's what they say over there. And then God forbid if you want your hair dyed, okay? And a lot of the white girls were like pissed off about that, because they're like, okay, well, if you're gonna keep charging me up the ass for unrealistic prices, I'm gonna hit Sally Beauty and I'm gonna learn how to dye my hair and blow dry and wash my hair myself. And I don't blame them. Be a DIY queen. But in you know, black spaces, salon culture has just gotten very, very unprofessional. I especially like live in, you know, the hair capital. It used to be the hair capital. I don't know if it's the hair capital like that anymore, but a lot of the hairstylists here are very just like not licensed. Well, not all of them aren't licensed, but a lot of them have egos because they worked on Candy Burris's mom's stepdaughter or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's just too much. It's too much ego. And I much rather learn how to take care of my hair myself, just in case I'm in a bind, than have to rely on someone else to take care of my hair, and then they cancel on me or treat me any kind of way because they're a celebrity hairstylist and they got other clients, more important clients to worry about. So yeah, I am actually gonna wrap things up now. My partner's here, so we got to get ready to do what we got to do. I'm sorry I didn't get to finish all of The Wolf Among Us. I am going to stop progress here, and then we'll pick it up on Thursday. Maybe I'll do an extra long stream on Thursday, maybe not. Don't quote me. This week is a little busy because I am going to be really, really busy this upcoming week. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me on the stream. I will see you guys next time, and take care. Goodbye.